Hi and welcome back to One Woman Circus. I'm Christina and today we are going to look at a yarn haul that I did. It's not a big one or anything, just a smaller one. And we are going to also talk about what not to do that I did. So learn from my mistake. So let's do the yarn haul real quick. So I just had a couple of custom orders put in by a couple of people, and so I had to go to the yarn store. I went to Hobby Lobby and get some special yarn for that I don't usually use. So I usually use the Parfait chunky yarn that's like the velvet yarn like back here. That's what I normally use, but this person wanted a doodle, like the dog doodle done, and they wanted it like theirs, and theirs is white with a little bit of brownish around the snout. And so I couldn't find a longer haired yarn that I was comfortable with working with yet. It's not something that I have worked with, so I ended up going with this yarn, and you can see it's a little bit textured and it's a twisted one, but it is soft and there's a lot in the skein. And this is Yarn Bee Fleece Light in quartz, the color quartz. And for this one they suggest that you use 8mm crochet hook. Of course I'll use smaller, because probably like 5 or a 6, because it's amigurumi, so don't want those holes. It was $6.49, but I ended up going when it was the 30% off. I didn't want to pay regular price. I don't like paying regular price. So I know Hobby Lobby does their sale every 2 weeks for the 30% off. I wasn't sure exactly how many skeins I was gonna need, even though it does seem like there's quite a bit in here. It's 110 yards, but so I got 2 of these in the quartz color. It's basically a white or ivoryish, a little bit of off-white. So there's those. And then for the little bit of brownish color on the snout, I got the same kind except in this color. And this is Fleece Light, the Yarn Bee Fleece Light, just like the other one, but this is color Sandstone. So you can see some of those. And then I had somebody wanting a Donald Duck, or a sailor duck, not a Donald Duck, a sailor duck. And I could only find patterns for this duck in regular medium weight yarn. I didn't find any patterns in the velvet yarn like I use, and all the ones that I did find were pretty large, and if they were small, they were like way too small. So I ended up letting the person know, that I could make it, but it wouldn't be in the soft velvety yarn. It would be in the regular medium weight yarn, and they were fine with that. So once I'm done with the dog, I'll do that. But I had all the colors except for the blue for the sailor portion of it, the sailor outfit, so I had to get the blue. And this is, I love this yarn. The color is soft blue. And then there's a couple random ones I got. I got Adorable, and this is Baby Bee, and it's the color Mint Charm. So it's like a lime green. And I have it already in this one, but it's slightly different. You can see, so this one's the Parfait Chunky, and in the color Key Lime, but I don't know if you can really tell. It's kind of hard because the coloring, but this one's a teeny bit darker or deep colored than this one, which is why, and I like to use these for the frogs. And then I got one that I wouldn't normally get. It is in the velvet, but I don't don't get multicolor very often, but I saw this and I immediately thought, like, for some reason I'm already into Halloween and ready for it. I've been looking at patterns and everything, but I thought spider. This is so spider. Watch. All right, you ready? Look at that. Isn't that cool? So it's black with the green, like, and I thought just immediately my mind went to tarantula. So this is Baby Bee, adorable, super bulky. So the green one I just had is adorable, but it's just a regular, and this is super bulky. I think this would be equivalent to Parfait Chunky XL, which I've never worked with anything larger than the Parfait Chunky. So I'm really excited to use this. And this is camo green. Let's see. I thought I got a purple, but I guess not. Oh yeah, I think I waited on purple. Okay. So that was my little yarn haul. Now, I want to talk about something that I did that I've seen other people say it's probably a no-no and you shouldn't do, and I did it anyways, and it's definitely a no-no. My advice, do not do it. I don't care if it's your first week with your business or your first year or your first 10 years. Do not do it. What I am talking about. I had somebody ask me if I could make a certain custom order for them. I said, yeah, that's fine. I let them know what the cost was, what it was going to look like. I literally had a picture from the pattern that I was going to use, and the pattern was in medium weight yarn, but I let them know, you know, it's going to look just like this, but in the velvet yarn. They said, okay. And we're talking back and forth, you know, I'm giving updates on how the pattern is, or the project is coming along and everything seems to be fine. They're liking it and stuff. And then I spent 2.5 days on it, I think. And it's not like I worked, you know, straight 2.5 days on it or anything, but still there's a lot of time that went into it, probably at least 4 hours, maybe a little bit more. I'm honestly not sure, but it was a good amount of time. It's the hardest thing I've ever done so far as patterns go and working on amigurumi. And I messaged the person and she basically ghosts me almost. She's barely answering back and she's taking forever to answer back. And finally, I just asked her, like, do you even want it anymore? Because, you know, I can't keep going back and forth like this. Like, either you want it or you don't. I didn't actually say that, but, you know, that's the gist of it, of, you know, do you want it anymore? And she said, well, I showed it to my daughter and she was scared of it. So she couldn't tell me right off the bat that she didn't want it. So we wasted all that time. I wasted my time even making it. So my advice is, if you are getting custom orders and you don't know the person, sometimes I've seen people that's happened to them before, that they don't want something or end up canceling their order after it's made and haven't paid anything, and that's people they know, and that's pretty crappy in itself. But yeah, even if you know the person, don't know them, whatever, if you're going to do a custom order, get a down payment or deposit. I'm pretty sure they're pretty much the same thing, but to, at the very least, cover the cost of your item, of your, not your items, cover the cost of your materials, because I'm out that money for that material that I used. This is the item in question. It's a pug. And I mean, I was working on this Thursday, Friday, I think a Wednesday, and then I also took it to my kids' football games to work on while I was there on Saturday, and so I mean, it took a lot of time. The eyes are what took longest, but yeah, apparently the person saw it and they were afraid of it, even though they okayed the original one. which they said, oh, I didn't okay it, but I don't know. It's all in the messages, so they did okay it, but live and learn, I guess, right? So now I have to try to unload this onto somebody, or so I put it on my Etsy. I'm hoping it sells. I put it on my Instagram. I put it on my Facebook page. I put it on everything yesterday. No hits. I got likes and stuff like that, but nothing. But do I think it's the cutest? No, but I'm also not a pug fan. No offense to people that are, but just it's not my favorite dog. But I think it looks like a pug, and I don't think it looks scary, but what do you do? So yeah, just my advice is make sure that you get a deposit to cover at least your materials, because now it's not like I can frog this and reuse it, because every time I frog with the velvet yarn, it has chunks taken out of it and stuff. So I mean, I don't want to do that. I would prefer to sell it and give it a home, you know. But it was a bummer, but you learn, I guess. Hopefully I can help some of you so you don't make the same mistake I did. But yeah, because of that, from now on, let's see, I started in January, it is now April, so 4 months in, and I have learned my biggest lesson so far with a business and taking commissions. But that's okay. Maybe I'll get lucky and somebody on Etsy will want it. But we'll see. But yeah, that's the bummer story, but that's okay. Learn from me. Learn from my mistakes. I think this is the first real video I've done in a couple of weeks, so it's nice to sit here and do that. The last couple I did weren't actual videos, they were just lives that I did and posted them for you guys. But yeah, if you guys like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. It's Thursday, so everybody have a wonderful Friday tomorrow. Have a great weekend, and hopefully I will see you next week. I have some commissions I'm working on, like I said, and then I'll do a little bit of prep for the market that I have coming up. I still have a decent amount left over, unfortunately, from my last market, but that's okay, because that means I didn't have to do as much work. I can work on these commissions and get that done and get some income from that. But yeah, I think that's it so far. Oh, I did get my first Etsy order. I was super excited about that. I've gotten a bunch of orders and things like that, and people buying my crochet / amigurumi stuff from Facebook and friends and family and things like that, but this was my first Etsy order that I got, so that was pretty, sorry, that's my kid, so that was pretty exciting. But yeah, I hope everybody has a good weekend. Be kind to one another, and I'll see you next time. Bye.